diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. I don't be with me so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see both faces. Scared of the whip, it's a ghost racing. I knock them down to their cold cases. Marathon run, I'ma slow pace it. They did not want me to go places. Foil plans like the gold place. And if we pulling up with the whole squad, are you ready? Done told y'all that you better be running. I'm in my go yard. When I walk in, I know y'all telling me nothing. I'm the man. Suck it if y'all in denial. I get the chip on them and I bust out the south side. Is that Vigo de Gallo? Boy, you stop it quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Hey, couple of bets up in my pocket.
The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He was Kenny Clark, the big D tackle, there to make the stop.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mostert. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
Mostert, the ball carrier.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. McDonald sets to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Love going to give this one to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right.
And a tackle there by Quan Alexander. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action. Love to throw. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
At the 41-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
Off the play fake, Love. He's got his man on the crossing route. Good. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. For the Packers and Niners, this, of course, a rematch of the NFC Championship game from a year ago. And that game belonged to the 49ers. You might remember Raheem Mostert. Boy, he really made a name for himself in that one. 220 yards on the ground, 4 touchdown runs in the 37-20 victory that sent the 49ers to Miami. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Love from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McDonald completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Mostert, toss left side. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 10 more there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Here's Mostert, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Packers nothing. Robbie Gould.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Love fires that quickly outside, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
Ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Play fake. Here's Love. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 48. He's at the 30. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Gould to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Packers nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun. Love. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, McDonald. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
I told you, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 15. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
And the 49er 1st down.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Adrian Amos with a pick. interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Had 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Here's McDonald to throw. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Our 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out of the gun, McDonald. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Brandon Ayuk. Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. From the gun, it's McDonald. And an incomplete pass.
McDonald's pass.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 32-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Love looking to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Following the interception, Love. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Darnell Savage on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
San Francisco.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll go again to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A third down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. From the gun, Love. He finds an opening past the 40. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
10 at the 49-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Play action this time with Love. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Number 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is Mostert. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing is McDonald. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And a 49er first down.
McDonald. And on the slant, able to find Ayuk. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, flying like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers add on to their lead. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now Gold for the extra point.
Point after.
And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Niners 21, Packers nothing. Robbie Gould to kick off for
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
No, I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make me want.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the 2nd level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Love got it open man. It's Ruggs. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown. Packers. Henry Ruggs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Jair Alexander. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Hard to believe his first catch of the game. Defensively, they bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On play action. Love to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake, Love. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. McDonald sets to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown. And they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. To throw on 3rd down. McDonald. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, He's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first and 10, it's Mostert. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about right a finish to this one. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now Mostert, and a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
It's a loss of 2 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. How about your respect?
So the victory here for San Francisco, and you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Niners, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.